searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna be great.
Hello everybody, welcome in. How are we all doing today? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. So, we are back. It's our Sunday afternoon programming here, and we're presented by WSR Porsche Cup. It is Season 5, Round 9. We're getting close to the end of the championship season here, and we are with Split B today, and a little bit of a small lobby today so far. I feel like we're missing some of the drivers, so we're just sitting tight waiting to see if the lobby fills up here. But qualifying is intended to start here in 5 minutes time, so well, we'll have to wait and see. But Interlagos, great racetrack down located in Brazil and South America, a very long existing real world circuit. It's a tarmac surface, and it is a interesting racetrack. It's got lots of high speed sectors with a small amount of technical involved with the high speed, and then we get down into that what I like to call the mid sector, but it's not actually the mid sector. It's sector 3 of the racetrack. It's the infield portion of Interlagos here, and that is a very difficult sector of the racetrack, and if you get it wrong, costs positions very quickly for drivers, and it can be a bottleneck spot in a couple of the corners as well. So currently right now with only 8 drivers sitting officially on track at the moment, traffic may not be too much of an issue, so it might provide for some really great open racing today. But Interlagos is Interlagos, and that first set of S's there at the race start always complicates everything. So again, as always, we've got two races on the docket here today. It'll be a feature race, which will be 20 laps here this afternoon. It is 3 times tire wear and 1 times fuel consumption. The drivers are required to use the racing medium and the racing soft tires, so there will be a pit stop in this 20 lap race. After this race finishes, we'll take the grid, we'll save those results, we'll set up a 10-lap sprint race. That sprint race has no fuel, no tire. It is a full send, fastest man, first man to the checkered flag wins style race. Should see lots of action in the second race. That race will be used only on the racing soft tires, and again is a 10-lap race. So we'll set this up right now if the lobby stays the way it is, basically reverse grid from our finishing order from our feature race. If we end up with more than 10 drivers in the lobby, then the top 10 gets reversed, and the bottom potential 5 remaining drivers will remain in their finishing positions. So a little bit of a shake-up from feature race to sprint race here at WSR Porsche Cup. I'm your host for the day, GT45 Gaming. Welcome in. Family-friendly broadcast, as always, here with our live commentary. We appreciate everybody's support. Don't forget to hit that like and that share button for us. It's a free thing that you can do. It just helps us grow and be greatly appreciated. So we're about 3 minutes away from kicking things off here, and we'll be starting off with a 10-minute qualifying run here for race 1, which is our feature race. So we do have our race control, which is Nightfire 203 on screen here in the lobby as well. So we will communicate with our secondary official here in the lobby and kick things off when everybody is ready to go. We have a couple minutes. Let's go take a quick jump on track. Let's go take a look at our drivers. We have Catera. I'm thinking Catera. It looks like an Italian flag on that driver there. We've got Matthias here in second. We're no stranger to Mr. Bernston. He's very quick. We have ETH lead here as well. He's very quick. We've got ART's Colombe in the lobby. We know he's a very quick driver as well, coming from Canada here. We've got Schraub, we're going to call him Straub, in 6th place. I'm not too familiar with this driver. And then we have some drivers still sitting in pit lane here. So MB driver out on track as well. We're familiar with MB driver here on the page as well. So some familiar faces and some not so familiar faces. So I believe this is... Oh, hold on. We had a message. We're just going to go check on that for a second, chat. Bear with me for uno momento. I don't know if the Merch Brothers are not joining. Chip, Mr. Chip. The VPR guys usually come in late, so... Or they're not joining us. Okay, that was a statement, not a question. Got it. Appreciate you, Nightfire. Alright, so... We're just going to verify everybody's here before we kick things off. We don't want to start the race without anybody missing. Aaron coming in with that thumbs up. How you doing, my guy? Stay tuned to that YouTube channel this afternoon, Aaron, my guy. Your guys' juicy videos coming here. I just have to I'll be making it right after the broadcast here, so. I'm behind this week. Alright, so we got our boy Chip up in the house here. And there's our rest of our drivers are popping in. We got Arco here. Maybe. I got a lot of friends on my friends list. I can't 100% verify that. Yeah, that's too bad. We almost had a mystery entrant. That would have really added some spice. Hey. But there we go. Our official is on it, so that's good. Just pop it in to say howdy. Well, howdy. Howdy. Ooh, big spin there from ETH lead. Coming out of that final sector, third sector there. These Porsches are a little bit dicey under braking if you're not careful. So we could see some good drifting from some of these drivers unintentionally here today, just with the nature of these race cars. So. Ooh. All right. We're going to get this thing started right away here, ladies and gentlemen. We are 1 minute off of our schedule here, so we have confirmation from our secondary official that we are good to go. We got Eduardo Nunez coming in with that big old thumbs up. Appreciate you, my guy. Hope you're doing fantastic. All right, let's go racing, chat. Let's do what we do. Alright, we are getting ready to do what is the best thing ever. Qualifying. Alright, so 10-minute qualifier. That's going to relate to about, I think, 6 laps here around the racetrack today for the qualifying drivers. These mixed pace of drivers here. We do have Academy and our Split B drivers mixed up in here together today as well, so that's going to add a little bit of interest to the race. And it doesn't look like we have any game sound, so just bear with me here. We'll fix that up for everybody right now. There we go. All right. So we'll see if the game's live timing is going to work or not for us here. And it is Sick Individuals now up front here, and he has I'm not sure who that is. That's not ETH lead beside him here, but it's qualifying, gentlemen. We're not racing here. Everybody spread yourselves out a little bit, give each other some space. There is no slipstream in qualifying the way the settings are set up, so it's really of no advantage to you to be driving in traffic during qualifying and during this particular series, in my opinion. Myself on the track, I would just come out, either make sure I'm the first out on the track or be the last driver out on the track and just eat up some good clean air and focus on some good clean laps. That's what I would do. We do have ETH lead here. He changed his livery. Ah. Alright. I see. I'm getting the joke now. Leading the way here, and he's got Dominic here right there beside him from a Polish driver here in the lobby. So we have drivers from literally all over the world here. I love that. That's fantastic. That's what we love to see. That's what it's all about. And you can see these two really jockeying for position here, so it's going to be interesting to see how this works out for these two on this lap. Again, there's no advantage to being in traffic here in the series with the way the settings are set. The slipstream is on weak, so it's completely ineffective when it comes to qualifying. It's going to come down really just to sheer driver pace. The machinery is all the same for all these drivers. Really, the only difference is the man or woman behind the wheel of the race car at this point, and with their skill level. So like I said, we got Split B and Academy drivers mixed into the whole group here today. It's going to be an interesting day of racing, that's for sure. A little multi-class racing here from WSR Porsche Cup Split B today, and that makes for fun. It does. It makes for fun. It usually makes for different sets of battles on the racetrack as well, which also gets really exciting. So, and I don't know. It has been a great week of racing here at GT45 Gaming on the page all week. So let's see if WSR Porsche Cup can continue that trend, because we have seen some absolutely fantastic racing action all week long through every series that we've been working with here. But this is a pretty good, clean qualifying battle, I guess, for a lack of a better word. They're not really battling, but they're so clearly equally paced and close to each other that they're kind of bobbing and weaving around for position, and that might actually cost them as they come across the finish line here. We'll see. We're finally getting our official first lap put in by these drivers here. We should probably expect to see some 27s, 28s, I would imagine, potentially from these drivers. Ooh, and we're getting a little bit of contact there, and 32.7 there from lead. Sick Individuals comes across. Where are we? Where's Matthias here? Let's get to Mr. Bernstrom as he's coming around. He's going into pit lane. That's going to leave Arco coming through here. That puts him up into fourth. Let's see what Chip has as he comes around. That puts him up into sixth place there. We got Mr. Schraub. I think it's Schraub. That puts him up into sixth ahead of Chip there. We got ART's Colombe here. He is going to stay in ninth position, and that leaves Matthias getting a pit stop here in 10th. So we have 10 drivers on the track here today. Missing 1, 2, 3. Missing 3. All right, so Sick Individuals currently sitting in pole position, but boy, this right here, third place, Dominic and lead here in fifth. Our first drivers out on the track here, and it looks like there's a little bit of space between the drivers here now, so it appears that Dominic has made a little bit of a mistake or has just backed off. So one of these two or both of these drivers' laps are probably not going to be their best laps here. Now that they got a little bit of clear space and some open air to run in, we'll start to see these drivers lock in an expected paced lap here after this time around the start-finish line, I would assume. So we'll stay with the lead as he comes across here, but I believe that that's not going to be an improvement, as I think the delta was of like 1.2 seconds, and it's not. So we're going to move up into Dominic here, and I think it's the same thing for him. Yeah, it's not an improvement there either. See what MB has as he goes around. He doesn't improve on that lap. What about individuals here? Sick Individuals doesn't improve on his lap, but still holding fastest lap currently. It's going to leave lead. Where is our Mr. Thorough 5? Look at that. Mr. Schraub coming here right now, and then we've got Colombe in behind, I believe it is. See if he gains anything on this run through. He does not. Let's move to ART's Colombe here. He's going to take pole position right there with a 32.158, so that was a good run there from ART. Oh, Chip having a penalty there. We got Nightfire now out, and let's see what Nightfire is in the middle sector here. Let's stay with Nightfire here. He's going to be the next driver to come around the start-finish line. And first lap was a warm-up lap, maybe just running some tires out. I'm not sure. Taking a pit stop, it looks like there maybe. So this could be essentially his first flyer, I believe, is what we're seeing here. So let's see what he's got as he comes around here. It's going to be a 39. So it was not an it was an improvement, but he's just going to sit there in 10th place currently. So it's ART Cologne currently in that pole position. Let's go to our 6th place driver. I think he's getting close, and he's very close to the start finish line. And his pole position for ETH lead with a 32.109, half a tenth ahead. And MB driver squeaks across and steals that away. Now Dominic comes across, steals that away with a 131.161. Huge lap coming from our Polish driver here today. Substitute driver in the race here today too as well. Very fast lap. MB coming in there. He's got a 31.937, but boy, it was Dominic coming in with a beautiful lap there. ART Cologne dropping to 4th place after those guys coming through. Let's stick with him here as he's coming across the line, and Schraub just coming across in front of him as well in 7th place, and he doesn't seem to jump any more spots there. What does ART have? He is not getting improvement there. He made a mistake somewhere in that lap. I believe it's Chip coming through. We got Schraub here. Where is our boy Chip? Yes. No, Chip's already gone through. Nightfire. Let's stick on board with Nightfire here as Nightfire is coming through a 39.825 last time around. So a little bit off the pace, but could be playing coy here. Just could be warming up those tires, just taking it easy on the race car. We'll have to wait and find out. It looks like this is a better flying lap here. We're going to see him move somewhere up in through this top 10, but the question is where. It's going to be 7th place here with a 32.441 for Nightfire there. So that was a good lap there from Nightfire. And we've got the group coming back through here. Our pole sitter, Dominic, coming through first, and then Sick Individuals right there in behind. And I believe MB driver in behind him. And it is Sick Individuals going to jump up into 2nd place here with a 31.543. MB driver does not improve that time around. Lead is gathering up his race car there. We have ART Cologne, and he is on his way through. Arco here also in 6th position. And I think, oh, that's not him right there at all. It's he's in the mid pack right now. The cluster of cars, 133.1 for Schraub. And that does not improve his position on the grid that time through. So we're going to stick with Nightfire here. As Nightfire is now the next driver to come across the start-finish line here. And then I believe we'll be heading back into our front half of our qualifying pack. And we have 1 minute 15 seconds remaining. So enough time for one more lap for some of these drivers like Nightfire. Maybe a couple of the guys that are coming through that Sector 3 right now. But Nightfire is definitely going to get one more chance around here before that timer runs out. And I think the rest of these drivers may take that checkered flag here in qualifying. So let's see what he's got here as he comes up the line. It's not going to be an improvement. He's setting up for his next lap here. You could tell by the wide exit. If he was going for a fast lap, he would have kept it really tight to that inside left pit wall there to minimize the distance traveled to the start-finish line. So that was not the case. Oh, it's Sick Individuals. He's going to come across here, and he's going to squeak another lap if he chooses as well as he comes around, and he does not. He's not an improvement, so he's going to set up again for that next lap as well. Got MB driver. He's going to be coming through here. He does not get any improvement there, and we've got a big group of cars going through there. I don't see any changes in that lineup. All right, so it's ART Cologne coming through next, and I believe he's got Schraub in front of him there. And let's see if Schraub gets that improvement here. Where is he? Oh, there he is. And he's going to stay in 8th. ART is going to go jump up into 3rd there with a 131.8, so that was a great lap there from that driver Dominic. Our pole sitter right now provisionally is coming through, and he's definitely not on a lap here, and he's going to take that checkered flag for his qualifying. Sick Individuals is still running. Where's Nightfire? Right there. Who is up ahead of Sick Individuals? Let's see if we can find that driver. Oh, there he is. It is Nightfire here sitting in 8th place, so Nightfire is going to be our next driver to cross, and then it's going to be Sick Individuals currently sitting in 2nd position here on the grid, provisionally of course, until the checkered flag is waved across all the field. The game audio froze again. Just bear with me here for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Nightfire here in 5th place. Ooh, Sick Individuals gets it wrong. ART Cologne getting that wrong. He's probably just going to squash that now. Let's stay with lead here while I, again... Alright, my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a beauty little issue here, apparently. Alright. We've got Dominic sitting in pole. Sick Individuals has a half-second penalty there. That's going to kill that lap. ART Colombe is not going to improve here, but we're going to stick with him as he comes across. And a 31.8 for him. MB is done. Nightfire is done. Lead is done. Bernstrom is done. Arco is done. Schraub is done. Chip is done. That is it. That is our qualifying order. So great job there to all our racers. So it is Dominic in pole position. Sick Individuals will line up beside him. It's ART to start row 2 with MB driver beside him. Nightfire will start row 3 with ETH lead lined up beside him. Matthias Bernstrom to start row 4 with Arco 9009 lined up beside him. From there it'll be Schroeb to start row 5 and Chip Reese lined up beside him to round out our feature race field here this afternoon. Alright, some hosting duties. Hey, what's up, Nightfire? Looking good. Hey, that's good. Yeah, YouTube's always looking good. It's always been having some issues with the Facebook platform lately. I'm not sure if there's just an update that we're missing. Oh, we got half the field checked in. 6. 7. 8. Ooh, we got 8 drivers ready to go. Waiting for 2. There's a 9. Waiting for 1. Alright, that was a pretty good qualifying run right there. Our substitute, our reserve driver, Dominic, our Polish driver here, coming in looking very quick today. So it's going to be an interesting race. So it's a feature race. It's going to be 20 laps. The drivers are going to be required to make a pit stop. The racing soft and that racing medium tire on the screen in front of you is required here, so that there will be a tire stop pit change. When that is up to the drivers, and there's no minimum amount of stops required. Damage can be fixed at any time if acquired, but I believe it's on the light damage model here today, so shouldn't factor in as far as pit stops goes. And I mean, it's race time, so let's let them send them off with a good luck, and let's kick this thing off. Alright, we're going racing, chat. Race 1 of 2 today, so we'll see about a 30-minute race is about what we're going to see here at about a minute and a half per lap. Cut that in half, that's 30 minutes. 20 plus another 10 is a 30-minute race expected here for race 1. So let's get some information up for everybody here as quickly as we can so we don't miss, of course, the race start. Kick them tires, light them fires. Let's go racing, chat. Alright, so we are waiting, and race control just making sure everything's good on the grid. They're taking a little extra time before we're going to drop that green flag. We're waiting, and we are green, 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 and we're going, ladies and gentlemen. Green flag is off. Alright, 10 drivers, turn 1, Interlagos, here we go. Got a little bit of a bottle here for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th place. Everybody managing here. A couple drivers taking it a little bit wide there. Going to have some dirt on those tires, cold tires. Everybody managing quite well here. All right, so far so good here. But that leaves Dominic getting away immediately. Sick Individuals here. He's got 2-second gap in behind the Polish driver here already. 3rd place is ART Colombe, and boy, 2-3 drivers going really wide there. And then one of them being Sick Individuals. Of course, they will be penalized for that. And ART Colombe getting penalized there, and a big spin there. And that's going to bring a yellow flag out on the track here for the time being. So let's see what happens. Ooh, he's having a hard time getting it out. We're still yellow here. We're still yellow here. And now he's got some front end damage there, and that is going to be a tough start to a future race. But he has lots of time here. It's only lap 1 of 20, so I'm not sure if there was contact related to that incident or not there. It was too hard to tell from our view. But everybody seems to be sorted out here, and we're back to green flag racing. So Number 4 MB driver here, he is closing in. He takes a little look on the outside there, has no space, and takes a move to the inside, but he can't get the job done coming through the corner here. And as we head up in through our final corner of the racetrack here, it is battle on. Dominic, he's clear, 6.2 seconds, he's gone, he's moving. We've got Arco here in second place, but boy, he is under fire here from Matthias and MB driver, and they're going to split him there, but he didn't leave room for the high driver, so he's going to tuck in behind, and here we go into turn 1, three-way battle for second, third, fourth place, and oh, we got one driver going super. He gets out into the track edge there, and boy, he is along for the ride. Big runoff area here, though, at Interlagos. And that's going to allow ART Cologne to gain a little bit of time right there with lead. It looked like it was lead there going off into the track edge, but boy, oh boy, rough start for a couple of our drivers here. And well, 3 wide going into that corner never usually works out for one driver. Good effort though, and just got a track edge there under braking, and it just threw that car sideways. So a small mistake made there by that driver, and it's going to cost him some position here on the racetrack. Nightfire in 6th place. We got Chip battling with MB here for 7th and 8th position. Chip on that inside line doing a great job defending the corner here right now, and nowhere for MB to go, but now he moves up the inside coming into the corner. Chip left a hole and he drove that car through it, and that was a great pass there by MB on Chip Reese, and now Chip getting some pressure from lead in behind here as well. And Lead's going to take a look up the inside here, coming out of the final hairpin as well. Lots of respect given there from Chip, and job done there by Lead as well. So Chip losing 2 positions there, but some great driving through that very difficult sector there. And you can see Chip defending very well here. He took a little look there, but he finally gets up the inside. There's Chip sets up for the wide entry and gets the job done. So that was a great pass there from MB driver and ETH Lead to get around Chip Reese there. So race on, and Chip down into P9 for the time being. ART Cologne after that incident there on the first lap, self-induced, I think, as he just got a little bit wide on the track and lost his traction, but that's the way it goes in racing. Matthias Bernstrom here in 2nd place. We've got Arco in 3rd. We've got Schroeb in 4th. We've got Sick Individuals in 5th. We've got Nightfire in 6th. We've got MB driver here in 7th place. We've got ETH Lead here in 8th, and a 1-second penalty. It's unfortunate for him. Chip here in 9th. And ART Cologne in 10th place, 12 seconds behind. We know he's quick. He was right there in the top end of the qualifying run, but it is going to be hard to make up time when everybody's fairly closely paced here in the lobby. So, but right now, the Polish driver is flying. 10 seconds up the road almost from Matthias Bernstrom right now. He's done a great job to maneuver his way around Arco for 2nd place here in the grid. So Arco's dropped down into 3rd place. That's pushed Schroeb up into 4th. So he's had a great race start here, starting near the backside of the grid today. We have Sick Individuals here in 5th position. He's starting to close in. He's going to try and put some pressure on him there, but in behind him is Nightfire. So the moment those two start battling, now our 6th place driver can have a little look as well and assess the situation happening in front of him. We have MB driver slowly closing in here on a race personal best lap time currently right now, as that lap was in blue. We have ETH Lead here, and he's going to suffer a big penalty in a very important spot here. So that PSZ, the Electronic Enforcement Penalty Serving Zone here provided by Gran Turismo. So it's an electric wire that runs across the racetrack where we just seen that driver go through with those yellow flags on each side of the track. And when the car goes by, at a certain point underneath that car is a little box that we call a transponder unit in racing. And that transponder unit sends all kinds of information to race control when these drivers are going around the racetrack via buried lines underneath the racetrack. And one of those things it does here in Gran Turismo 7 is enforces track limit penalties handed out by race control. So what it does when the driver goes over that point is it cuts the engine power for an extended period of time, if it's a half second, 1 second, and then the driver of course has to shift their gears according to the speed that they're going. So when the power limiter is released from that serving zone, they can get back onto the power and hopefully not lose any more time from that penalty. So some of these tracks, depending where the penalty serving zone costs you a lot of time, and Interlagos is a case for this situation. A 1 second penalty here will cost you 1.5 to 1 3/4 seconds, just because it's coming right into a high speed sector and it just kills your immediate exit momentum. Where we're seeing our leader go through right there, that's where our serving zone is. So coming out of that final corner where the exit is vital, coming up this full long speed straightaway. Matthias Bernstrom here in second place. We've got Arco 9009 here in third place, and he is just tucked right in behind here right now. So no hurry right now to physically battle for that position, but keeping him nice and close. Maybe these two can work together a little bit, pull up to the Polish driver right now with a very healthy lead. We've got Schraub having a great race there, currently sitting in 4th. Sick Individuals here is in 5th place, and he's slowly but surely gaining on the group as well. We got MB driver and Nightfire here nose to tail as well as we come through the first set of S's here, and I believe these are the Sienna S's. Could be wrong about that. I don't have my handy little track map names here in front of me today. We got Nightfire here in 7th position. ETH lead here's back up into 8th. ART has now found his way in 9th place here. He's got 10 seconds to lead. And we got Chip here in 10th place and just doing his thing on his strategy. So again, the racing soft and the racing medium tires are required here today, so we're a quarter of the way through our race when the drivers come across the start-finish line here. And right now, the man leading the charge is our Polish driver, Dominic. So very, very quick, efficient, clean driver here, it looks like. And let's jump on board with him here. Let's take a lap around Interlagos with our current race leader. You see he's got about 40% tire wear on those right-side tires. Interlagos is a right-side tire eater. It's a bit of an abrasive racetrack as well, so it definitely can chew at these racing tires pretty good. And you can see he's really maximizing every corner, trying to shorten every corner out for maximum time. A 31.83, a 31 flat is the fastest lap around the track here so far though today. Just nice, clean, doesn't panic this driver. You just make sure he hits those apexes. You got to hit your marks. Alright, we're going to change the size of the lobby the next race as well, so we don't have people just jumping into the lobby. Alright, so we're going to stay on board with our leader for the whole lap here. And I'm just going to give you a little perspective on what it looks like around Interlagos here from, well, what the drivers can see here. So you can see he's got that rear camera in behind there on the screen. You can take a quick peek, kind of see where those drivers are in behind right now, though. He's in command of this race. 15 seconds is the gap from 1st to 2nd place. You got an absolute whole shot clean break from the pack right off the bat. And he is absolutely just doing a great job here. So corner exit here, you can see that EEPSZ right there, the electronic enforcement penalty serving zone. And you can see why it's so important not to pick up a penalty here at Interlagos, just due to where that penalty serving zone is. So really, you know, trying to minimize the amount of distance traveled around the corners here as well. Arco is now in 2nd place. We got Sick Individuals in 3rd. We got Schrob in 4th. MB Driver in 5th. Matthias Bernstrom here in 6th. So must have made a mistake. Drop backs 1, 2, 3, 4 positions here. And he has Nightfire and ETH lead hot on the trail here as well. So leads a little bit off the pace there as well. We got ART's Cologne here in 9th. 10 seconds is still that gap to ETH lead. So having a hard time finding more time on the pack here. But a lot of racing left. It's only lap 6 of 20. And Chip here in 10th place. One of our Academy Series drivers here in the race today as well. We got Brandon coming in with the love, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Hope you're having a good day. But it is the reserve today coming in and showing some strength here around Interlagos. 17.7 seconds is that gap currently on that racer's race car. We have Arco here in 2nd place, and he has a mirror full of the 3rd place drivers, Sick Individuals, and it's side by side, and Slingshot and Gage gets the job done heading into the corner. Doesn't even need to fight for the position and continues on down the track. So very quick, decisive move there from Sick Individuals, and that's going to move him from 3rd to 2nd place. Now the goal here is to try and open up the gap on 3rd place driver and not give him an opportunity to fight back for the position. But so far has been some great decisive battling here around Interlagos to start our afternoon's events. Matthias Bernstrom here up into 5th place. We got Nightfire up into 6th. We got MB Driver here now in 7th, and it's this mid-pack again. Mid-pack action, it always is great. And we got a nice little group of cars here, all very close together. So let's sit with our mid-pack here for a lap around the track and see what's going on here. We got some great racing. It looks like we see lots of position changing happening here as we're going through our grid. and let's stick with it, see if we can catch a few of the little battles that these drivers are having here. We're on lap 7 of 20, so I would suspect we're going to see pit stops happen probably about the midway point of the race, just judging by how I'm seeing tire wear and all that kind of stuff going on the cars. Oh, and we got contact there as MB driver gets into the side of Matthias there, and well, all I'm going to say about that is that's going to be one for race control at the end of the day, I'm sure. We got ART Cologne here in 9th place, and we got Chip Reese in 10th. A little bit of mistake on their braking. There's some contact, and one driver getting spun sideways there, back on track though, and continuing on down the road. But our pole sitter just continues to drive away from the pack as they continue to battle for these positions in behind. They're not doing themselves any favors catching up the race lead. Right now, these drivers are driving for 2nd place currently here on the racetrack, unless something pretty drastic happens. We got Arco though. He has not let Sick Individuals go anywhere since that pass for 2nd place. He is still hot on Sick Individuals' tail, and Schroeb is still right there in 4th place. He's been showing some great race pace consistency today, just hanging out there in 4th place right now. He's working real hard at trying to get into that podium battle. Oh, and Sick Individuals goes a little bit wide, and that's going to be 2nd place back to Arco 9009, and Sick Individuals is making a mistake, and that's how easy it is to lose a position when you are door-to-door racing. And now Sick Individuals back in 3rd place, chasing to try and move back up into 2nd place. But again, Mr. Schraub just chilling here, sitting in 4th place, doing his thing, man. He ain't panicking. He has a strategy. He's sticking to his plan, and boy, it is potentially going to grab this gentleman a podium. And how this race continues on, we got Sick Individuals coming into pit lane. We got Nightfire here in 6th place, and he's in behind ETH lead now, who has jumped up into 4th place with that pit stop from Sick Individuals. And Nightfire is going to jump up a spot there as well. I should also give a spot to Matthias, which it does as he goes across there. Sick Individuals just coming into pit lane. Long pit stop here at Interlagos as well, so that needs to be factored into the driver's pit strategies here today. ART Cologne now up into 7th place, and he is working absolutely hard. We see smoke coming from up in front there, and is there a car off? I don't think so, but boy, that would look like it was sketchy going on up in front there. Schroeb, it was Schroeb. Big off there, huge amount of damage on that race car, and it goes from 4th to 7th place there, so that is unfortunate for him there. And 30 seconds of damage carried when you pick up damage with a light damage model here. So from the time you pick up that damage to the time it goes away is 30 seconds. How extensive the damage is, well, you find that out when you're driving around the racetrack for 30 seconds and see how the car feels, but you only have to deal with it for 30 seconds. But what I find with the light damage model is it tends to release right in the middle of a corner, and it completely changes the way the car feels all of a sudden. And sometimes it causes you to make a little mistake, so just don't get the damage, I guess, is the key there. But we have Arco coming around as our leader now pits in. So I mean, the drivers in behind still have to pit. It's about a 45 second to a minute pit delta here. We're gonna call it probably 45 seconds just for a tire change. I don't think the drivers are going to be taking fuel here. I think fuel isn't an issue, but Arco does jump up in front. But with that being said, that means that the Polish driver is got another cut situation going, because all these drivers still got to take that pit stop for that tire change. We've got Lead here in 3rd place. We've got Nightfire in 4th. We've got Matthias in 5th. We've got ART Cologne in 6th. We've got Schroeb in 7th. He's coming into pit lane there. We got Sick Individuals in 8th. He pit a couple laps ago. We have MB driver here in 9th position. Fresh pit stop, and Chip Reese much of the same thing as well. Nolander coming in with that thumbs up on the stream. Let's go, racers. Hey, so far it's been a pretty interesting one. A lot of self-induced incidents here, it seems like, on the racetrack today. But that's Interlagos. It's, again, a very interesting, difficult racetrack. It has lots of elevation change. The corners are very undulating. You can see it's bumpy there with that Porsche bouncing as he's getting set up for the braking zone coming into the downhill. Very difficult infield sector, I like to call it here. And you see that car sliding under the acceleration there as Dominic is just working to try and catch up our race leader there, Arco. So he came out quite close in behind. And again, it's really the Polish driver's race to lose here at this point. Arco's going to have to make a pit stop at some point. We have ETH Lead here in 3rd place. Much of the same for him. Still owes that stop. Nightfire, I think, still owes a stop. Bernstrom still owes a tire stop, I believe. We have ART Cologne here in 6th. He's going to have to make that stop at some point. And our 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th place drivers have made those stops. So you can see how long it takes for a pit stop here. You can see it's about 45 to 50 seconds just for that tire change. So, there we go. And we got, I'm not sure what happened there. Let's go take another look at that there. Alright, so heading into turn 1, we got a driver on fresh tires and a driver on some older tires here. And, oh, he just doesn't get that traction under braking there, and the car just catches out on him. That was really unfortunate right there. That's going to cause some positions there for that driver. And feeling the pressure from the leader, maybe just took a quick look at the mirror to see where that car was before turning, and just it looked like he just missed the braking point by a fraction, and just went a little too deep into the corner there, and the car catching out on him. So it's ETH lead here in second place. We got Arco now in third. We got Matthias here up into fourth. We got Nightfire in fifth. Cologne in sixth. We got 6 individuals in seventh. We got MB in eighth. We got the Schrobe here in 9th, and we've got Chip here in 10th. So 10 drivers on the track, and they're all racing their hearts out very, very hard here today. But boy, this driver is flying around this racetrack. 3 seconds is the gap right now on the 2 drivers that still owe a pit stop here yet. So he has pit. He had a nice 24-second gap when he made that first stop, and a big slide there by lead as he comes out of that corner, and the tire wear is definitely starting to feel underneath this race car. I suspect we're going to see him pit here. I don't think he's going to continue forcing that car around too much longer on those tires, and that is a very correct assumption to make there, and Arco's probably going to follow in. So, oh no, he's going to go around again. Alright, Matthias here in fourth. We got Nightfire in fifth. We've got ART Cologne here in sixth. We got Sick Individuals in seventh. We've got MB in eighth. We've got Schrobe in ninth. And we've got Chip here in 10th. We have 8.5 laps remaining here, including the lap we're on, of course. And we are with our current race leader, who now has a 9-second gap on our second place driver, but again, still owes a pit stop. Matthias is in third place here, and I believe he is also big time under the brakes there. He got a boy, that unsettled his race car, and oh boy, he collects up another driver. I believe that was Nightfire there, and that is unfortunate right there for those drivers. So a mistake right there under braking, and you can see what the outcome there. But Nightfire continues on down the road here. Again, light damage model. That damage will go away here about midway through this infield sector here. Matthias now under pressure from Sick Individuals here, and he should be able to make that move happen. There's a little bit of suspension damage on the racing car, Matthias Bernstrom here, and that was just an unfortunate series of events right there as we're heading down into those S's to start lap 12 here. So unfortunate little situation there, and he's going to lose 2 spots due to that as well. MB is in 7th place. We got ART Cologne here in 8th position. We've got Schrobe in 9th, and Chip here hanging strong in 10th place. But is this guy's moving, chat. This guy's moving. The 32.262 on the medium tire here. The fastest lap on the soft was a 31.035. So definitely very consistent non-pace driver is our Polish driver here today, Arco. Consistency has been pretty good there too as well, not varying too much, and sitting really strong here in second place. Nightfire is now making that required pit stop. Arco still has to make that pit stop. Sick Individuals here is going to move up into third place, and everybody's going to grandfather up a spot as they come through. Matthias moves up into fourth. That'll give MB fifth place here as he comes across. Should give lead sixth as well. That is a correct assessment. ART Cologne's going to grab a spot here. He has now made that pit stop as well, so that is position gained right there for that driver. It doesn't show him coming across yet, so Nightfire might be on the way out of pit lane here. Let's see where ART Cologne comes out, as pit exit is just around the corner here. So as soon as we get around the corner, you can see the wall there, and you can see Nightfire just coming out ahead here. And it's going to be just a couple second gap between Nightfire and ART Cologne. So Nightfire just getting that car out in front of the Canadian driver there. We've got Schrobe here in 9th position, and we've got Chip Reese here again in 10th, and only 18 seconds in behind those drivers. So those are very fast-paced drivers compared to the Academy pace. So he's doing a great job hanging in there today. Dominic is in control here, though. He's moving, he's grooving. Again, he's just got to keep it mean, clean, and keep that racing machine on the racetrack, and it should be a simple race win here for him today. Arco still owes that pit stop, and he still has yet to take it. At some point, he's just hurting himself there. Sick Individuals here is in third position. We have Matthias here in fourth. We've got MB here in fifth. We've got Lead in sixth. We've got Nightfire in seventh. We've got ART Cologne here in eighth. We've got Schrobe in ninth, and we've got Chip here in 10th position. So We'll have to wait and see. Matthias coming into pit lane. He's finally going to take his required stop there. You can see him on that medium tire. He'll now be coming into that soft racing tire. And with only a few laps to go, he's really going to be able to send it here, I think. Arco, at some point he's got to make this stop, and at some point it's going to cost him a few positions here. The longer he delays this, the less time he's giving himself to fight back into those positions he's looking for. So at some point here he needs to make that stop. It's getting a little late in the race as these guys are starting to get their tires scrubbed in and really get those cars locked in around this racetrack. He's just costing himself time at this point. We have MB Driver in 4th place. We have Lead in 5th, not far behind. Nightfire here in 6th, and he's opened up about another 3/4 second here on ART Colombe, who's working very hard at trying to catch. We got Bernstrom here in 8th. We got Schroeb closing in 9th, and we got Chip here in 10th position. Still on the lead lap though is Chip. And just consistent 32 flat right there from our race leader here, and just showing no signs of weakness or slowing down here right now at Interlagos. A little bit of a wiggle right there, but easily kept on that under control. And Arco's going to go around again here, so I'm not sure what he's thinking here, or if we just missed a very, very early pit stop. That may have been the case. We have Sick Individuals here in 3rd place. We do have MB Driver in 4th. We have Lead here in 5th. We've got Nightfire in 6th. We've got ART in 7th. We've got Bernstrom in 8th. We've got Schroeb in 9th. And we've got Chip here hanging strong in 10th position. So we'll see. We'll see. We have the lobby set up so that the mandatory tire change is enforced with a 1-minute post-race penalty if no driver does that tire change. So we will see post-race if that's the case. All right, Sick Individuals is holding down that final podium spot. He's cozy in that 3rd place position here right now. He's got 10 seconds to MB Driver in 4th, and he's got 8 seconds to the 2nd place driver, and he seems to be closing in on that driver little bit by little bit. MB Driver doesn't have such a comfortable cushion, but still a cushion from Lead. It's about 5 seconds. It's 2.6 seconds to Nightfire in behind, and Nightfire looks like he's trying to close in, but I think it's a gap management thing here at this point between these two drivers. ART Colombe 3.9 seconds and losing a little bit of time there on Nightfire up in front, but considering that first lap incident, they're still climbing through the field. So he's got 7 seconds on Matthias, who has 5 seconds on Schroeb, and then we've got Chip here. Ooh, looks like he just made a bit of a mistake there. He's got some front end aero damage there in 10th position, so unfortunate there for Chip, but we got lap 16 of 20. We're almost through our feature event here. And our race leader is just showing no signs of inconsistency here, having a very, very solid, good race here. And again, just got a good, clean race start right off the bat. Immediately, a little bit of a subtle mistake made by the 2nd place driver coming into the first corner at race start, bottled up the pack, and this driver just took advantage and drove away and has controlled the race since. Arco here, he's in 2nd place, and again, unless he stopped very early on and we just missed it, this driver at some point is going to have to make a pit stop to get that tire changed, and the more and more he continues to delay it, the more and more time he's costing him. Sick Individuals has gained 4 seconds on him since the last time we were through the grid. MB is about 10 seconds in behind Sick Individuals here, so he's lost a couple seconds. He's opened up the gap to Lead, but Lead has lost the gap to Nightfire. Nightfire's on the prowl here, looking for a 5th place bid before this race is over, and MB's not that far up ahead either. So if Nightfire can close in quick and just make a very quick move and continue on the track at this pace, he may very well be able to try and have a stab at that 4th place position. So here we go. Arco's finally coming into pit lane. We were wondering when he was going to make that choice. Boy, that was a long stint on those soft tires, and we're not sure if that's going to pay off here for him. Let's get through our field. Our race leader, I mean, he's long gone. Sick Individuals there is in second place. He's got 10-second gap on MB Driver now, who's in third place. That's going to put Lead up into fourth place, and you can see how quickly the fifth place driver is dropping down the field here. He's coming out of pit lane right now, but that's going to put him in behind these two drivers that are battling for position. That's Lead and Nightfire, and it looked like maybe a little bit of contact between the two cars. There's as Lead had a little wiggle there, and that might actually help Arco coming into turn 4. I believe this is turn 4 or 5, but it is going to be a three-way battle here for 4th, 5th, and 6th place, it looks like, as well. So it is Dominic leading the way here. He's gone. I mean, he's just cruising. 25 seconds up the road. Sick Individuals. He's got a nice healthy gap. This driver just needs to bring it home at this point as well. MB Driver chasing, but again, 10 seconds up in front and 8 seconds in behind right now. Nightfire's definitely got his work cut out for him if he wants to have a shot at MB Driver without a mistake being made there. 8.3 seconds is that gap, but he's quickly opened a gap up on Lead. Lead is trying to drive away from Arco. Arco's it's gonna take a lap and a half for them tires to really start to feel good. I really do think that late stop did not benefit him there. We got 8th place Matthias Bernstrom in there. He's had a rough race here today, but he's still holding strong. We got Schroeb in 9th place, and we got Chip here in 10th, and our race leader is just coming on to the backside of Chip there. If it wasn't for that little bit of a spin in turn 5 a couple laps ago there, I don't know if Chip would have been caught in a blue flag situation here, but it's really unfortunate. But this driver clearly showing some pace here today as well. Just doesn't panic. It's really fun to watch a driver that's so steady, so consistent. This driver never panics. You can see he's in no rush here to get around Chip Reese. He's not putting any serious pressure on him. He's just taking it corner by corner. Oh, and then makes a little bit of a mistake there. He taps poor Chip. He didn't mean to do that. He was just chilling into the braking there. And a little bit of contact made, no damage. I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure he feels bad about that. Again, he wasn't trying to force his way around Chip there. He was just letting Chip get through that midfield. He was going to get around him here on the straight, but just a little bit of a miscalculation from our race leader to Chip's braking point there, and he made a little bit of rear contact, sending Chip off. So that's really unfortunate there for Chip. Alright, Dominic here in the lead. We've got Sick Individuals here in second. We've got MB in third. We've got Nightfire here in fourth. We've got Lead in fifth. We've got Arco in sixth. It's ART Colomb in seventh. It's Matthias here in eighth. And Mr. Schroeb here in ninth. And Chip retiring that race car here with just a couple laps to go. Sick Individuals here in second place, MB here in third, Nightfire here in fourth, Lead here in fifth, Arco in sixth. We got Colomb here in seventh, we've got Matthias in eighth, and we've got Schroeb in ninth position. Alright, will be white flag when this driver comes across the start-finish line here again for our future race, so let's go along for the ride here. We'll see if there's any last-minute battles brewing in behind as he crosses the start-finish line there. Sick Individuals, he's coming around for that white flag as well. His tires getting very wore down. MB driver doing everything he can to catch up, but 12 seconds is a big gap. Nightfire is closing in 4 seconds, but it's going to be a little too late here. I think it was 6, so he did a great job at chewing away. We have ETH leads here in 5th. We've got Arco in 6th, 2.5 seconds. Colomb is closing in, though we might see a potential fight for this position here on that final lap from those two drivers. We have Matthias here in 8th position and Schroeb here in 9th. So had really great pace in that first stint, struggling maybe a little bit with the racing medium tires here. So we'll have to see how the sprint race goes for these guys, because it's just going to be a full send style of racing in the sprint race. And well, this driver clearly has the pace. He's going to have to work from the back of the pack, so it's going to be interesting to watch the charge from the back of the pack from our Polish driver here. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be really fun to watch. Personally, I think it's going to be a clinic on how to work your way through traffic. Sick Individuals here in second position. We got MB Driver here in third. We've got Nightfire up into fourth, Lead in fifth, Arco in sixth, Colom in seventh, Matthias in eighth, Schrob in ninth. I'm going to get back to our race leader here, though, as he comes across the start-finish line, and it is going to be a Race 1 feature win here for Dominik Kubinski, our Polish driver, and coming in as a reserve here today. So, geez, that was a great drive by this driver. Sick Individuals, he is, well, about a third of a racetrack in behind, maybe a little less, as he's just coming around the final corner up the uphill sector to lead to the start-finish line right now. That was a very, very dominating performance by Dominic here. We have Sick Individuals, though. He's going to take a very strong second-place finish here, and he's had a good race here today, too, as well, and hanging in there on those very wore-out soft tires. MB Driver's going to come through. It's going to be that final step on the podium for this driver here, and Nightfire gave him a charge, but boy, he just ran out of laps to continue the charge to try and catch up here, and it's going to be MB coming through with a P3. Nightfire is going to bring it home here in fourth place finish. Good, solid, consistent race from that driver. ETH lead here in fifth. It was an up and down race for this driver, but hey, fifth place, pretty good points. Arco, sixth place. I think that the late pit stop hurt that driver there, but still, nonetheless, great racing from him and his battle on. ART Colom and Matthias Bernstrom side by side to the finish line. It's going to be Colom holding off Bernstrom's charge there for seventh place, and drag race to the finish line between seventh and eighth place, and a Canadian just edging out there. And it's going to be Schrob here to finish off in ninth place, and Chip Reese retiring the race car with just a couple laps to go there after that incident between himself and the race leader there. So unfortunate, that's the way it goes. But it is going to be Dominic coming in with pole position and clean race, and I'm not sure if he's got fastest lap. I think he has fastest lap here as well. So we're going to go and check those results. We're going to go save the replay, of course, first. Priority number one, always. Yes, it is confirmed fastest lap on the track as well. So clean sweep here in the feature race for Dominic. And Sick Individuals is going to take a second place finish here. It's going to be MB Driver in third, Nightfire in fourth, Lead in fifth, Arco in sixth, ART Colom in seventh, Matthias Bernstrom in eighth position. It's going to be Stumpf Schrob, I believe is how you say that, in ninth. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, my friend. And Chip Reese with DNF here in 10th position. So it will be a reverse grid based off of our finishing results here in race 2. So we're just going to give a minute for those drivers that do want to save their replays. Of course, not required here for the drivers in this series, as they use host replay for any incident reporting. And then from there, again, the capture card not working, Chad. I'm sorry. It's really being a bully today. Alright, so we got those results saved. We got the replay saved. We're going to set the new lobby here in just a second. So I'm just going to flip screens here for a minute, chat. Bear with. All right. We are back. So we're gonna give a 5-minute break in between the races here. This allows, of course, teams to change to those racing soft tire requirements for our sprint race. It allows them, of course, to put on the scrubbed in soft tires that the drivers used in qualifying to race with. There is no tire wear and there's no fuel consumption in the sprint race. This is just a straight send race for 10 laps. So for 15 minutes around this track, we're just going to see these drivers giving it absolutely everything they got. So we'll set the grid based off the reverse of how they finish. So our race winner, Dominic, will go down into 9th place, and Schroeb will move up into pole position, so on and so forth, all the way through our finishing results. And that will set our grid for our sprint race here today. And that's how we do it, of course, here every round at the WSR Porsche Cup. So we're just giving the drivers their time. Once they all check in, we'll set the grid. And we'll send them off racing one more time here from WSR Porsche Cup. So hope everybody enjoyed the first race. It was an interesting race. I mean, it was filled with a couple of contact incidents and a lot of self-induced incidents. And as the tires wear out around this very aggressive tire track, it is hard to keep these Porsches under control after a certain point. So it's risk versus reward when you're coming down to your tire strategy in those feature races. So we've got that all out of the way. Now the drivers can just send this thing, relax a little bit, and hopefully survive at this point. Yeah, we can wait for you, brother. We can wait for you. Alright, so we do have a couple of our missing drivers that were unable to get to the track due to power outages in their area. So we have one of our drivers getting on at least for the second race here, coming to salvage some points here, of course, for the round, and we're not going to say no to that. So we'll let that driver all get locked in, and that driver will just start at the back of the grid for the sprint race once he comes in. So 10 drivers to do our sprint race here, maybe 11 if both come in. How's everybody weekend going? What did you guys do this weekend? Some of us might still be out of town, maybe enjoying camping or a fishing trip or just traveling on holidays. Maybe some of us were just chilling at home doing nothing this weekend. Cutting grass, just doing normal adulting things, adulting. Or maybe we're just hanging out with our fams and our kids in the backyard. Maybe we're swimming in the pool, or maybe we're at the beach. What are we all doing this weekend? Some of us here racing at Interlagos, obviously, so that's always great. We love that. So the first race, I mean, reserve driver coming in, our Polish driver, Dominic, coming in, and boy, oh boy, did he show some pace. And I mean, it's not that he was extremely faster than the rest of the group. He just got a really good, clean race start. He broke away from that immediate little accordion effect going into corners 1 and 2. I mean, there was no contact or anything in a sense. There was just everybody got kind of bottled up a little bit, and that little bottle up gave him an immediate 2-second gap off race start, and from there he just continued to build on it. And the more and more that drivers battled in behind them, of course, the more and more that gap continued to build for him as he's just in clean air doing his thing with no pressure. That's a best case scenario for a racer after a qualifying on pole position, is to get exactly that scenario, break free, clean, get an immediate gap, and just keep building on it. And that's exactly what this driver did here today. So future race, it was textbook there for Dominic in that race win. And I mean, GG's, that was more fun to watch. So now he gets to start from the back of the pack here today, and that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how he tries to pick through the field here, and if he can get back up to the front. These guys are all quick. It's not going to be that simple for him just to drive up and pass everybody. He is going to have to work for it. Definitely has the pace, definitely has the consistency, so we'll have to wait and see. Alright, so we are just waiting for one more driver here. Once that driver gets set up into the lobby, we will get that grid set up I'm just going to send a message to our secondary official so he's aware. And there he is. Alright, well there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just as we say it, the man gets himself up in here. We're still waiting for Schroeb to ready up as well, so until all our drivers are ticked in, we can't really set the grid. Alright, we want to get this grid set up, but I can't until all drivers have checked in. Alright, we're like 7 minutes now past. We're 2 minutes past. Even our man Colin got in before the window was closed up there. There we go. Alright, now we can set this grid. Let's get it set. Alright, Mr. Schroeb, it will go up into pole position. And then, I believe, it is going to be Mr. Bernstrom. And then Mr. Cologne. On the lead. Arco. I'm gonna have to verify this. I'm doing this off memory here. Nightfire. MB. Alright, so we are just gonna double check with the screenshot to make sure that's what we see. We got Strobe. We got Matthias, we got ART. Arco goes ahead of lead. Alright. Almost had it right. Almost had it right. Alright, so it will be Schroeb on pole position, Bernstrom in second place, ART Cologne in third, it will be Arco in fourth, ETH lead in fifth, it's going to be Nightfire in sixth, it's going to be MG Driver in seventh, Sick Individuals in eighth, Dominic in ninth, and CB Merch coming in 10th position. Alright. So we are ready to go racing here now. We're going to hit that button, and we're going to go do some racing, ladies and gentlemen. So let's give them the have a good race, good luck message. And let's fire this race off. Alright. Let's go racing, chat. So this is a 15 minutes full send race, 10 laps around Brazil's famous Interlagos racetrack. Race number 2 here presented by WSR Porsche Cup Season 5, Round 9, and it's going to be Schroeb to lead things off. Oh, and I guess we're getting a rolling start. Alright, I don't know if that was the setting. When we set the lobby up this morning, that probably was supposed to be a grid start, but we're not going to change it, we're going to let it go. Alright, here we go. I think this will provide a nice tidy race start here anyways, as everybody comes in nice and evenly spaced out. We do have a battle for position here. ETH lead goes up the inside of Arco, but he can't get it done. Arco holds the position there. Did he change his car? why do we keep saying different liveries on that car? We got Arco here in 5th place, and he is under pressure. So it is going to be MB driver here in 6th position. It's going to be Dominic in 7th. So Dominic's quickly moved up just 1 spot here, and let's see how he picks through here. He's going to go up the inside. He's going to grab another spot there on MB driver, and now he is hunting down Arco up in front. But it is side by side as Sick Individuals as well. Sick Individuals is looking to get up in there and keep with Dominic as well, and just a little bit of a tap there between him and MB driver, and they're still side by side, and Sick Individuals has to take the long way around, and he's going to leave him out there to hang and dry. Nightfire tried to take advantage, took a little peek, but boy oh boy, Sick Individuals just closing the door there, and ooh, big slide as he comes out of the corner right there, and he is battling hard, and he right now is in 6th. He's up into 5th, he's in the 6th, he's in the 5th, he is in 6th. Nightfire taking advantage of all of that jostling. He just dives right up into 7th place there. He's like, thank you very much, and Arco now down into 8th place. CB Merch here battling. Ooh, a Schrobe there as well, and Schrobe dropping down the field here very, very quickly at race start, and CB Merch is just going to let him go through there, and he's just going to settle in there in 10th position for the time being, so he can catch these guys. Go get him, Merch. We got ART Cologne now in the lead of this race to start lap 2 of 10. ETH lead is in 2nd. We got Dominic already up into 3rd position. He went from 9th to 3rd on that first lap, and the 2 drivers in front better get moving. Matthias Bergstrom here in 4th place. He's tucked right in behind Dominic, and he's like, I'm following this guy through. MB driver here in 5th place. We got Sick Individuals not quite getting through as efficiently here, and he's got a 1-second penalty in front of Nightfire there, so Nightfire is going to get that position one way or the other, either before or at that penalty serving zone. Arco should be able to take advantage in 8th if he could stay close as well. Schrobe needs to get close, and so does Merch to be able to also take advantage of that 1-second penalty. He could lose 4 positions just with that penalty. So it is ART Cologne here, and he is moving, grooving, and cruising right now here in 1st place. He's got 0.8 of a second on ETH lead, and it is a weak slipstream here in this series, so that's going to be a car length basically distance in order for that slipstream really to be taken into effect. And you can see Dominic just absolutely sending it here. There shouldn't be any tire wear on either. I'm a little unsure why I'm seeing tire wear in these cars. Got MB driver here in 5th. We got Sick Individuals here in 6th. We've got Nightfire here in 7th. We got Arco in 8th. We got Schrobe here in 9th, and we've got Merch here in 10th. I double and triple checked these settings, so that's on me, I guess. We got ART Cologne here in 1st position. We got ETH lead here in 2nd. We've got Dominic here in 3rd. We've got Matthias in 4th. We've got MB here in 5th. We've got Nightfire in 6th. We've got Arco in 7th. We've got Sick Individuals here in 8th. We've got Schrobe in 9th. We've got Merch here in 10th position. There's definitely some tire wear on there. There shouldn't be. That's on me. That's on me. I'll have to deal with race control on that one after the race. But it is ART Cologne here in the lead. It's Matthias Bernstrom here in 2nd. It's ETH lead here in 3rd. And battling with Dominic there. And Dominic got on the high side of that battle there. He just could not hold it out there. And he's going to actually lose that position to ETH lead. So lead getting it done there. And he's going to move ahead of Dominic. And now Dominic under fire from MB driver here. And MB driver is going to send it up the inside here as well. Pushing Dominic to the outside line. And he's going to fight back with a cut back here, and he's going to be putting himself on the outside here again, but that should be able to give him a good run coming out of the exit here if there's enough room. Oh boy, this is some good hard door-to-door racing here right now, and Dominic's going to get the job done. A little bit of tap there from MB driver, and now I'm sure is going to be battle continued on here shortly. Nightfire's right on the back end of this fight here as well. Sick Individuals here in 7th place. We got Arco in 8th. We've got Schraub in 9th, and we've got Merch here in 10th position. It is ART Cologne here in the lead of this race. So it's Matthias Bernstrom here in 2nd position. It's Dominic here in 3rd, and he's under fire from ETH lead here right now. MB driver sitting right there in 5th, and this mid-pack is dicey right now. You can see them trying to break slipstream, trying not to give an advantage to anybody. We got lead going really wide there. He's going to try and take him on the outside here. He's just going to look for a good run coming into the second part of the S's so he can maximize that run, but Dominic gets a better run there in front, and now MB is all over ETH lead here in 5th place. So this is some nose to tail racing right now here in this sprint race on lap 4, and these drivers are looking spicy here in the second race today. This is fantastic driving. Although, there should not be tires and there should not be fuel. I am going to monitor that because if any one of these drivers runs out of fuel, that's going to be a problem. Doesn't look like that is going to be the case, thankfully, though. Alright. It is ART Cologne here in the lead. It's Matthias Bernstrom here in second. Kill coming in with that thumbs up. It's Dominic here in third. It's MB in fourth. It is Nightfire in fifth. It's Lead in sixth. It's Sick Individuals in seventh. It's Arco in eighth. And CB Merch here in ninth. Did we lose a driver? Who did we lose? I don't know. We lost somebody. We have ART Cologne. We have Dominic. We have Matthias. We have Lead, Arco, MB, Nightfire, we have Merch. Ah, it was Schroeb. We've lost Schroeb. Alright, so it is ART Cologne here. Dominic in second position. It's Matthias here in third. It's Lead in fourth. It's Sick Individuals here in fifth. It's Arco in sixth. MB in seventh. It's Nightfire here in eighth. And it's Merch here in ninth. It's been a rough hosting week for your boy Ghost here. It's not easy for a commentator to be a host. We already have a lot going on with the broadcast, and then having to run multiple lobbies and watch for red flags and everything else in between. It's really not an easy task to do. So apologies to the drivers. That's the best I can do. Dominic here to second place. We got Matthias here in third position. We've got ETH Lead here in fourth. We've got Sick Individuals in fifth. We've got Arco in sixth, MB in seventh, Nightfire in eighth, and Merch here in ninth. The settings are supposed to be no tire and no fuel wear for the sprint race. I'm not sure why they have fuel and tire on them. We went through this an hour before race time and specifically set the lobby settings to the settings. I'm just not sure what happened. Something, I don't know, something happened. Something went awry. Matthias Bernstrom here in third. We've got Lead in fourth. We've got Sick Individuals here in fifth. We've got Arco in sixth. We've got MB in seventh. We've got Nightfire here in eighth. And we've got CB Merch here in ninth. And he made a bit of a mistake there. So thankfully there was no incidents in the first lap of the race due to cold tires there. That's yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Race control will handle that, of course, from here. So Sick Individuals making a move here, looking spicy, looking right on that back rear bumper of ETH Lead up in front here and trying to move himself up into fourth place. So another one of the drivers that had come back from the back of the pack, our second place driver in race one feature. And he's doing a good job here, but he's hung out on the outside. It's that tough corner to get this pass done on the outside, and you can see he's just got to tuck back in behind ETH Lead for the time being. And this is a very healthy battle, and you can see Arco in sixth place is right on the back end of this fight here as well. So we got Lead going sideways there, and I'm not sure what happened there. We'll have to... Oh, and then he gets absolutely just obliterated off the racetrack there after that. So, I'm not sure what's going on there, but there we go. And I think that was just a braking error there. It's really hard to say. The angle wasn't the best angle for my camera crew there, but it looked like the car got a little unsettled there, so very interesting for sure. We've got ART Cologne here coming through in first place. We've got Dominic here in second. We've got Matthias here in third. We've got Arco here in fourth. We've got Sick Individuals here in fifth. It looks like fuel is turned off here. MB in sixth, Nightfire in seventh, Lead in eighth, and Merchant. I don't know what's going on, Chad, but there's definitely tire wear going on. So the drivers got a little bit of tire wear. They got no fuel consumption. I don't know what happened to the lobby setting there. Yeah, my bad. But it is ART Cologne holding strong here in the lead. I mean, he's got 3/4 of a second on Dominic here in second place. Matthias is in third, chasing 4 seconds. And then there's a little gap. It's Arco and Sick Individuals here still battling for 4th and 5th place. Very active battle. MB Driver here in 6th, Nightfire in 7th, Lead in 8th, and Merch in 9th here. So good points for CB Merch just getting into the race already, sitting in top 10 points. So that's always a plus right there as well. And looking good out there as well for coming in cold, essentially, because waiting to get some power back on. So we get the lobby, and and ART Cologne gets it wrong right there under acceleration, and that is a heartbreaker right there, as it looks like just a little bit of a tank slapper there, and just got that car loose. So we've seen that twice here in this race. Yeah, that is a very good spot for that to happen. There's a big dip right there where we just seen that blue Porsche and yellow Porsche come through. And if you get on the throttle just at the wrong time, it really unsettles your race car. And that's exactly what we just saw right there from ART Cologne. We got Sick Individuals here battling with Arco. This is for 4th and 5th place here. And Sick Individuals is finally going to get the job done in the slipstream here. But there is still 3 laps to go, including this lap. So let's see what happens here as we head into turn 1. These two just staying nose to tail here through the S's. So some patience being shown here. Got MB Driver in 6th. We got Nightfire in 7th trying to close in. We've got Lead here in 8th, and we've got CB Merch here in 9th position. So it is Dominic right now leading the charge and having a really, again, just solid race here. Very quick driver. Looks like he's going to get 2 wins here today. But there's still anything can happen in 3 laps, that's for sure. We got Matthias Bernstrom here up into 2nd place. And ART Cologne still holding on the podium here, but he has Sick Individuals hot on his heels right now. And this is going to be battle on between these 2 drivers without a question of a doubt. It's Arco here in 5th place. He's tucked right in the backside of this battle here as well. So this is going to quickly become a 3-way, maybe even 4-way battle for that 3rd position here, as MB Driver is coming in. Nightfire's right there too, less than a second away. So it could potentially be a 5-car battle for that 3rd and final podium spot here in this race before this race is over. We got 2 remaining when... big spike right there. I'm not sure what that was about, but we got Dominic there coming through with 2 remaining. We've got ART Cologne here. He's up into 2nd place now. We got Sick Individuals in 3rd. We got Matthias in 4th. We got Arco in 5th, and MB now in 6th place. We got Nightfire in 7th. We got Lead here in 8th. We got Merch in 9th. I don't know what the spike was about. Y'all saw that? I saw it. That may have created an issue in that mid-pack battle, or that front-pack battle potentially as well, but it's now ART Cologne and Sick Individuals battling, for 2nd and 3rd place here, and Sick Individuals is going to look up the inside coming into the corner here, just side-by-side, and that should give him the position coming on the exit. Is there a cutback coming from ART? No, he's just going to settle in behind right now and continue on the charge in behind Sick Individuals. Don't want to battle too much, because that's going to leave MB Driver right back into the fight for regaining into that podium position here. We got Arco right there in 5th and Nightfire in 6th. And I mean, all these drivers are right there to fight for that position. So Dominic, he's ripping up the road here. Sick Individuals is leading the charge here in this 5-car battle for 2nd and 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place on the racetrack here in sprint race number 2 at WSR Porsche Cup Season 5, Round 9. And it's been a good little battle here between these 5 drivers, and it is still going on. So look at him go. Scene. Oh, we lost another driver. Oh, our race leader disconnecting. That puts Sick Individuals in the lead now. ART Cologne in 2nd. That puts MB Driver here in 3rd. Arco in 4th. Nightfire in 5th. Matthias in 6th. Lead in 7th. And Merch now up into 8th. And the lag spike was our 1st place driver about to disconnect from the lobby, I'm assuming. Oh boy. I mean, massive complications for this race. Sick individuals here in the lead. ART Cologne in second. MB driver here in third. Arco in fourth. Nightfighter fifth. Matthias Bergstrom in sixth. ETH lead in seventh. And CB Merch here in eighth. Like I said, all I can do is apologize to the drivers. I don't know why the lobby settings are incorrect after I've 3 times checked them before race time today. ART Cologne in second place, MB driver in third, we got Arco in fourth, we got Nightfire in fifth, we've got Matthias here in sixth, lead in seventh, and CB Merch here in eighth, and yeah. It is hard to text to drive, absolutely. Sick individuals here in the lead of this race now with a disconnected Dominic. That was definitely his race to win here in the second race, and absolutely gutted that the connection lets go there. So we lost 2 drivers due to connection. We lost Schroeb and Dominic's going to be first, second, third, fourth, and fifth place, all crossing the line, nose to tail. Sick individuals with the win here. It's going to be ART Cologne holding on to second, MB driver getting up into third. It's going to be Arco in fourth, Nightfire in fifth, Matthias here in sixth. It's going to be lead there in seventh, and it's going to be Merch coming out here with 8th place points for him there in that second race. So good for him coming in. And Dominic, fastest lap on the racetrack here though, still 1:30.815. So. Interesting race. Interesting set of races here today. Great racing by the drivers. Even with the improperly set lobby. Heartbreaking. I don't like making mistakes like that. I really don't. It is sick individuals with the race win. ART Cologne in second, MB driver in third, Arco in fourth, Nightfire in fifth, Matthias in sixth, lead in seventh, Merch in eighth, and unfortunately that's not the right order either. Schroeb was out before Dominic, so those two will be reversed in the standings and noted. But again, all I can do is apologize to the drivers. But nonetheless, still great racing. That was great racing from the drivers. Hey, what's up, Jason? How you doing, brother? I mean, these are professional racers. They're no strangers to tire wear and fuel consumption, thankfully. However, that's not how the lobby was supposed to be set, so we're not going to call a red flag in lap 4 or 5. Once we realize what the situation is, we're just going to let the drivers go. If there's any repercussions, it's for the lobby settings as far as race control goes, and that's on me, and I'll serve my justice. But it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I'm only human. I can't I can only do so many things at one time, so sometimes we make mistakes. And but it was great racing. WSR Porsche Cup provides great racing. These are some of the fastest drivers in this car in the game. Some of these drivers, the top split is some of the fastest drivers in these Porsches in the game, and then it moves down the list just to the not right World Tour fast drivers, but the really fast drivers, and then it just continues to move down through each division from there. So great pace racing. And some great racing action here today, without a question of a doubt. In both races, really, we had lots of great battles. We had lots of oopsies, individual oopsies. We had a couple of contact moments, which I'm sure race control will look at later on in the day. But we'll get some replay shared out. We'll get some results sent away. Have a little chat with race control, and we'll be back in a few hours' time for ACC, ladies and gentlemen. But again, presented by WSR Porsche Cup. I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Game, and we appreciate everybody that came out and checked out what we're doing here. And we'll be back in I believe it's 2 weeks' time for the next round. And it'll be round 10. So it's going to be an interesting final couple of rounds here to finish off the season and see who ends up on top of the championship standings here at WSR Porsche Cup. But again, appreciate y'all coming in. Remember, you all matter. Stay winning. And we'll see you in a few hours' time. Bye-bye for now.